you have available and then making your way to what you set your focus on of where you want it to be. But if you drive somewhere with a car, you get there in this attitude, you know, oh yeah, you know, I own the place because I've got a car. It's like I'm superior. Yeah. You know who's superior? The guy who knows how to get to places without a car. That is the truth, right? If you want to be somewhere, you have to put in the effort.
Emma! 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 Emma!
Alles gut.
Hoffentlich hat er nicht nur die Hose erwischt.
Ja, das war ja nur so ein mein Territorium.
Aha, okay.
Wenn du was machst, beiß ich dich.
Entschuldigung, wir haben die eigentlich festgemacht, aber das
Ja, alles gut. Ich weiß so viel über Hunde, dass man einfach dann gar nichts macht.
ja.
Aber wenn ich reagiere, dann hat sie meint, ich habe einen Grund.
Aber die weiß nicht, aber trotzdem.
Ja, sie hat halt geschnappt. Aber ein Hund hat halt keine Hand, also nehmen sie den Mund. Und als sie gemerkt hat, der macht nichts, weil Hunde reagieren ja auch auf Angst. Hätte ich mit Angst zurückreagiert,
Ja.
dann hätten wir einen Kampf gehabt.
Nee, rechts zwischengegangen.
Ja.
Ja. Der geht ja trotzdem nicht.
Also oft ist halt auch, die Menschen, die laufen schon her, die haben eh Angst vor Hunden. Da muss man einfach als Mensch, wenn man weiß, Hunde sind da.
Ich war Tacken zu spät, um auf die Leine zu treten.
Aber für mich war es gut. Ist einfach wieder, okay, ich komme zurecht.
Gut.
Ja, ciao. You see, it was a very good display. Now you can say, I hope it's on camera, but who cares? Right? So what was happening, you don't think about it. And I said, no fear. I said, no fear, man. No fear. You know, I'm not stupid about it, but I'm just walking in this kind of environment, right? I'm just walking in this kind of environment. Yeah. Sometimes I want to be a little bit stupid. Then I have to catch myself. But I do see a lot of dandelion. And I know that if you take the roots and you cook something out of it, I have a feeling this could almost be like ayahuasca. But yeah, this is just like, you know, self-responsibility, right? You hear me say something, you're self-responsible, right? I'm not asking you for advice. I'm in that sense not really giving you advice. I'm just saying ayahuasca is really bitter. I don't think that you can just boil it down to DMT. There's something else to it. It's just the spirit. And the spirit of the dandelion plant, it's like the lion head, right? Rawr! Anyway, so what just happened? I'm just walking through space. Through space, I'm walking through space. That's what I'm always doing when I'm walking through space. I don't know who maintains the space. So that's also something Don Juan talks a lot about. There are certain times of the day where it's better to just not walk around in certain areas, right? Because there are spirits, if you want it or not, but these things exist. And you may say, well, it's a mountain lion, but maybe it wasn't a mountain lion, maybe it was a kind of a spirit. You know, this kind of stuff is very scary, because you know how to deal with a mountain lion, but with a spirit that looks like a mountain lion, how are you supposed to deal with that? So now what happened, I was walking and I came along and I saw that dog standing there on its own territory, because that was the yard which the dog was occupying. It wasn't a big dog, it was rather small, but a small dog still has teeth. And a small dog still wants to protect its ground. But I mean no harm, but the dog doesn't know that. So the only way of showing the dog that I mean no harm is by letting the dog doing its own thing. And that's very hard for me also, because, you know, how does that connect to me? I'm walking to apply for a job in a boulder hall. And I'm a lion going to another lion to say, would you give me money so that I can work here? So my job isn't to go there and to be like, I'm a man and I'm gonna undermine you. You know, that has to be very clear for me, because I'm walking into another man's territory, which means I have to be a little bit humble, because I mean, you just have to understand how I am. I'm a free man. Money to me means very little. To me, what means a lot is, how are you in here? Right? How are you in here? And that's what I want to know. I don't just want to work for you to get money. You know, when I work where you are, you know, you say this is my place, I come and I assist you for a while, then I want to know that I'm assisting something that I feel good about. And that's actually really what this is. This isn't so much about me going there and asking for money. This is me going there, offering my help, because he's asking for help. He says, you know, I need people to work here. So he needs help. I don't necessarily need money, but he needs help, and I feel like I think I can help him. That's how it feels like. But at the same time, you could say maybe I'm helping myself. Because sure, if he says I want your help and I'm willing to exchange money for that, then I have money to buy whatever gadgets I want to do this kind of stuff, yeah? To talk to all of you kind of people and do my own thing. Because that's my future. I don't have to boast about it. I'm not really gonna say anything about it. You know, not to the degree that I feel inclined that I have to inform him that I'm also doing this on the side. Because this has nothing to do with what I'm doing there. I can't say that I have a YouTube channel. I don't have to tell them that I'm also writing books. Sure, if the conversation goes into that direction at some point, I will say it. But I also learned that sometimes you say everything there is to say, and you're making life a little bit complicated for yourself. Because if I go there and I explain everything, no, he doesn't have to know all of that. All he has to know is that I came there to ask for a job. Now, that dog, because that's the very nice thing now. Because these trousers are very loose. And I walked and I realized the dog was coming at me as soon as I hit the opening, and he charged at me, and what I did was I just stood still. I didn't move my hands. I didn't say a word. The dog just grabbed my trousers, and when he realized that I wasn't doing a thing, he walked away. And then he walked onto because there was like a swing sort of thing, like a sort of a bench swing kind of thing, and he just curled up on there. Problem solved, right? He stood his ground, I stood my ground, nobody's hurt, that's it. And so, and then the owners, you know, I don't want to see them as that. I want to see them as his pack members, right? Because just because you buy a dog with money doesn't mean that you own the dog. You invite the dog to live in your house, to help you to hold the space. Because this is what's really going down. it is not so much about I buy you and that's why you belong to me. No. The money is just something that you use in this world as something to exchange energy. Right? If I want to go and boulder inside of another man's cave, which the boulder hall is, then I have to do this in exchange for money. Then I can go there and for the price of 11 euros, I can spend the whole day bouldering to my heart's content. This is what the guy says. He says, if you want to boulder here for 11 euros, you can do this for the entire day. And you say, oh, that sounds very nice. 11 euros is a good price. You know, that's a bargain. But more, not like a bargain. I don't have to. If somebody tells me their price, then I accept the price. And if I don't like the price, I'm just not gonna buy it. For some people, they want to say, you say 20 and then somebody says 15. And then, if somebody says 20, then it's 20. Why do I have to make 15 out of it? Somebody says 20, I go and pay 20. People go to Africa and then they go to somebody who's living at the side of the street. This is how tourists think, by the way.